Joining me right now, Donald Trump's economic and policy advisor, Peter Navarro. Peter, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be here.
Will Trump be able to stick to the issues on Wednesday night, or are we going to hear more about, I mean, I recognize this is an issue, the mainstream media and its treatment of Trump and the potential for voter fraud, but the American people really want to hear how he's going to approach the country and its issues. What is your take on what we're going to hear Wednesday night?
Well, let me demonstrate that by just speaking to the issues. And I wanted to comment on the 720 block, because this really cuts to the heart of the Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton plan. At 720, when you all were talking to a Wall Street analyst, it was like gloom and doom. How can we possibly grow? And the things that were coming out of people's mouths were, well, if it keeps going this way, we got to do fiscal stimulus or we got to print more money. I mean, think about that. We've had 8 years of $10 trillion worth of fiscal stimulus, and our economy is growing at 1%. We've had 4 years of a Federal Reserve just screwing up the balance sheet of the greatest country in the world. Okay? My point is simply this. There's a third way, the smart way. It's the Trump way, which is an economic plan which not just cuts taxes. Tax cuts are just a part of it. We have to understand in this country that we have a fundamental structural misalignment in our trade, in our regulatory policy, and in our energy policy. And so the folks watching this show, if you want to see Dow 25,000, if you want to see the growth rate go from 2% to 3.5% like it used to do, Donald Trump will get you there with a comprehensive economic plan that cuts taxes, eliminates the trade deficit, reduces regulation, and unleashes the energy sector. Hillary Clinton will do just the opposite. Now, that's what I would love to see Chris Wallace ask those two candidates. How are you going to get us from 2% to 3.5%? How are you going to go and do this through policy, Mrs. Clinton? Are you going to keep printing money? Are you going to keep doing these fiscal stimuluses to nowhere? Or, Mr. Trump, are you going to really cut taxes, cut regulation, unleash your energy sector, and do trade? So that's what this is about. And people watching this are hungry for that. Every time I get on the media, the hosts always say, why aren't we talking about policy?
He didn't talk about that, though, in the last debate. He did say he was going to cut taxes, but she was like, but it's only going to benefit him, and it's going to benefit the rich.
Sure, that's their spin.
Right, and so when we looked at a lot of the coverage post-debate last time, they didn't cover how he wanted to get rid of regulations, or tame regulations, how he wanted to help out on taxes, and they didn't cover it, right?
But so that's why I asked David Kudla, what is it going to take to unleash business? Because we know it is a rollback of regulation and lower taxes on the corporate side. Is that resonating with the people?
And he didn't hit it out of the park.
No, he
just focused on taxes. And the thing I wanted this narrative in this election till election day to be about more than taxes. Okay, it's a lot more than taxes. It's mostly about trade. It's mostly about Ohio and North Carolina seeing all their jobs go to Mexico or China. It's about a regulatory environment which costs this country $2 trillion a year and households $15,000 a year.
There's not that much difference between him and her on trade in terms of her positions now.
Oh, please. Please. Hillary Clinton was responsible for NAFTA in 1993. Hillary and Bill Clinton were responsible for China getting into the WTO, which cost us 70,000 factories. Hillary Clinton signed the 2012 South Korea deal. She negotiated that whole deal, promised us 70,000 new jobs, and we wound up losing 95,000 jobs, doubling our trade deficit with South Korea, and hitting mostly the auto industry. And if you get a candidate like Hillary Clinton telling you that she's going to be tough on trade and you believe it, please. Because